What things appear to be scams, but are actually legit. AskReddit. Horrible marketing, but that shit works. My dad bought literally about 50 buckets of the concentrate after testing his first bottle and still uses it for everything. Plus when he uses it, he talks like Billy Mays, which is hysterical. Hi, I'm Reddit Ed Furisted and I'm here to show you how to clean patio chairs. My uncle got a call saying he won a free TV. He hung up and ignored the calls for weeks until someone came to his door. Apparently, he was entered in a contest because he updated McAfee. He did get 50-inch TV. That's nice of them to not disqualify him from winning just for hanging up on them. They did, but they couldn't find any other McAfee user, so they were forced to give it to him. Please take your goddamn free 50-inch plasma already, sir. Get away from me, you son of a bitch. I don't want it. It was a while ago, so I'm not sure how true it was, but I heard one time that a radio station was giving away free gas on April Fool's Day. Sounds like a fairly standard joke, but the twist was that they actually were giving out free gas. The joke was on everyone who thought it was a joke. Mr. Clean magic erasers and other melamine foam cleaning products. It sounds kinda sketchy, but damn if it's not effective. The science behind it is brilliant. It's a literal eraser in a similar way to a pencil eraser. The material breaks down and abrades soft to modestly hard material out of very fine cracks and textures. The only trick to them, life pro tip right here, is to cut them into small pieces instead of using them like sponges. Using single strips or cubes for individual jobs will ensure you have a nice clean working surface for your next task. I think some manufacturers, Mr. Clean at least, have started selling them in smaller break apart sizes off the shelf. I know there's cheaper ones out there. I'll list the Mr. Clean brand because it's the most recognizable. Melamine foam erasers as a whole are magnificent little things. I use these on my white marching band shoes and they work wonders. And I sound incredibly cool now. My ducking emails. I just need a quick loan and you'll be paid back tremendously. You need more credit for this. Click here for a free credit report. Annualcreditreport.com. Not a scam, 100% legit. Agreed. I used to work for a credit card company and we recommended people there for their credit reports. Now freecreditreport.com on the other hand. But FRE, that spells free. Creditreport.com baby. If France, all over the country there is free Wi-Fi, which is a shitty company called Free and does not offer free Wi-Fi. Saw the magic bullet on a TV ad and thought it was a complete scam. A friend got one in college and it turns out that it was really handy. I think it also shares its name with those mini vibrators though. I would watch that infomercial all the time. I thought it was so hilarious with the crazy aunt and the guy nursing a hangover. Seriously, it's worth a watch. 2 pet products. The Thundershit, a neoprene jacket you put on to reduce anxiety in dogs and cats supposedly. It gently squeezes them all over and really does work. Furminator brush, a metal comb with tapered grooves that removes undercoat and reduces shedding. It's not a surprise it works, but how well it works. The ad photo with the husky, surrounded by a giant pile of fur is exactly what happens. Ubuntu and other Linux distros. You mean I can get a fully functional operating system for free? Just download it off the website, and it's faster, more secure and easier than Windows? And it has thousands of free programs with it? And they are offering more and more games that often play better on Linux than Windows? Sure, whatever. But it's true. Until gaming catches up with Linux, I'm sticking to Windows. It's too bad Microsoft seems to be abandoning gamers. There are hot singles in your area. There are, they just aren't on the internet waiting for you. Are you from unknown proxy too? Junkmycar.com. My buddy hit a deer while out of town and ended up totaling his car. He had me double check this website for him because while the local junkyards would only give him $200 to $300, this site quoted him something like $1,200 to $1,400. Total scam, right? I couldn't find anything that stuck out to me either. They even have a Facebook page with what looked like really awesome customer service, so he went for it. Submitted the request online. Guy came out to him a day or two later with a truck, looked the car over to make sure everything checked out with the specs he submitted, handed him a check, and left with the car. Check cleared with no issues. My guess is that they can give such a higher premium because they scrap the car and sell the parts online, so they'll have a much higher turnaround. Either that or it's some really eccentric millionaire finding new ways to pass the time. Detergent pots. Doesn't look like enough detergent to clean a load of clothes, but I'll be damned if it doesn't work. It just goes to show you've been using way too much detergent. I always use the amount indicated by following directions. Well, according to Reddit, that makes you a total dumbass sheeple. You should have chemically analyzed the substance yourself in your home lab and came up with your own ideal measurement based on that information. Companies like Straight Talk for cell phones. I seriously only pay $45 a month for unlimited everything for my Google Nexus 4 and also get great service since I have a AT&T compatible SIM card with them. Basically my service runs off of AT&T towers just without me having to pay $100 a month. It is cheap and in the long run saves you a lot of money. The yellow bus colored cleaning spray called Awesome at the dollar store. I wouldn't use it without gloves, but man, that stuff works great. There are other items under the same name, but I have never tried them. But the yellow stuff in the small spray bottles does, and the toilet cleaner works really well too. It's about the only thing I buy at the dollar store, but it should be priced higher. It kicks total ass. Sweepstakes. Just be sure to read the official rules before you enter and never pay to enter. This is illegal. ID chief. I think the website may be shut down, but if they used to make fake IDs so sketchy, you'd fill out this form with your name, birthday, and state you wanted, then they'd generate the rest. You have to wire money to China. So sketchy looking, but I know many people who have had decent IDs from there. It is legit. I was a doorman for a long time and a kid that came by a lot had a perfect PA license, and I later found out he was underage. I casually asked him about it one night and promised that he wouldn't get in trouble. He said he used ID chief, wire the money, etc. A few weeks later he got a package from China with a non-functioning calculator in it. He realized he got ripped off for $100 and smashed the calculator on the floor. Out popped the ID. The calculator had no components inside, just the plastic casing and ID. The ID even scanned. It was ducking perfect. Taxes. Man, do I hate it when Americans complain about taxes, especially the proud to be American types. You keep saying that freedom isn't free, but we don't ducking pay for highways in soldier blood. That shit costs money. You get a fairly incredible transportation infrastructure, libraries, schools, police, firefighters, and a government that addresses concerns at the federal, state, and municipal level. You get potable water, breathable air, they keep turpentine out your booze, and lead out of your aspirin. You are safeguarded by a military force that is prepared to crash down on an aggressor at the first glimmer of a threat. America is a country you want on your side in a fight, but also pay attention to the length our military goes to prevent conflict from erupting and to aid others during humanitarian disasters. Our government uses its incredible power to generate a favorable economic climate for innovation and worldwide trade. Thousands of programs and incentives to propel a fledgling business and to catch those hit by misfortune. And don't get me started on the ancient Greek notions of civics, that your country provided an environment of free thought, economic security, and community safety which contributed significantly to your growth and success as an individual. How dare you grow fat on the milk of American exceptionalism yet begrudge this nation your fed use. TLDR, pay your goddamn taxes you ungrateful swine. Rain-X looks like a complete gimmick, but if you put that stuff on and get up to 35 miles per hour or better, the rain skitters right off your windshield without leaving a mark. No wipers required. It doesn't last too long, only a few days, but it's freaking magic right after it's applied. A few points I'd like to make, as someone who has used Rain-X for about 20 years now. First, it will last a lot longer than a few days if you follow the directions to a T. If it's at all cool air temps, when you apply it, turn on your defroster for a while to heat up the window. Helps a lot. When you get up to speeds that make the rain skitter off the windshield, stop using the wipers. This speed will vary depending on the angle of your window. I know that sounds stupid, but trust me, you'll actually see better and the application will work longer. Don't bother with the Rain-X brand anti-fog, it just doesn't work for shut, no matter how closely you follow the instructions. I also use Rain-X latitude wiper assemblies that I like quite a lot. I've been using them for about 5 years now. Bosch makes a similar higher end windshield wiper assembly that I haven't used personally, so I cannot speak to their value or performance. Lastly, I've heard Aquapel makes Rain-X appear as though a drunken money had smeared fesses over your window in comparison. I can't personally speak to this, as I cannot afford Aquapel.